Good morning and welcome back to another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga. I'm Paul, the owner of Oxford Yoga Studio in downtown Oxford on 18 North Washington. We're on the same side of the street as Red Naps. And looking out this morning, the sun's out, the temperature is actually above 30, which is a good thing, so I think spring is in the air. I want to welcome you guys back to another edition, and let's get right into it. So, as we always do, I want you to sit at the front of your mat. You can have your legs crossed or straight, totally up to you. Bring your palms together at the center of the heart, close your eyes. And as we always do, we want to set a dedication for our practice and a intention for our practice. This can be for anybody. It could be for a friend, a family member, someone who's struggling maybe with an illness, someone who may be just struggling in general with life. And it also can be for yourself. Sometimes we feel selfish if we set an intention for ourselves, or we take time out of our day to take care of ourselves. So in yoga, we believe that in order to help others, we need to really take care of ourselves first. So if you want to set this intention for yourself, please feel free to do so. And know that as we set this intention, that intention will get all the benefits of your practice this morning. So they're going to get all that good energy that you produce this morning on your mat. So we want to seal in that intention just by bowing our chin to chest, knowing that we can come back to this intention at any time during our practice if our mind wanders, if our body just is not cooperating, if our breath kind of just goes all over the place. Just come back to that intention, that dedication, that offering of your practice, and hopefully that will give you the inspiration to continue on in the practice. Now we want to get right into that yoga breath, the Ujjayi breath, the deep inhale through the nose, the exhale through the nose. As we exhale, constricting the back of the throat, kind of making a fogging of the mirror sound, so it's nice, strong breath. We want this breath to be strong and controlled throughout our practice. No huffing and puffing, no shallow breath. Everything is nice and controlled in yoga. So with our breath set, our intention set, let's continue with our warm-up. I want you to take your right hand, bring it by your left ear, and just gently bring your right ear to your right shoulder. We're not yanking it, we're just gently bringing it toward the shoulder. You should feel a little stretch in the left side of the neck. Then release, bring the head to center. Take your left hand, bring it by your right ear. And again, just gently bring the left ear to the left shoulder, not yanking it, not forcing it. And again, you should just feel a little stretch here on the left side of the neck. And come back to center. Now stretching out the back of the neck, let's just bow our chin to chest. And gently come up. I want you to bring your right hand behind your right hip, your left hand onto your right knee, and we're going to gently twist over to the right, sitting up nice and tall. Our right hand, we're on our fingertips. And you maybe look over your left shoulder. But again, have that nice breath, nice strong breath. And then gently come back to center. Now bring your left hand behind your left hip, right hand on your left knee, and then we just twist over to the left. Again, sitting up nice and tall, maybe looking over the left shoulder. and then come back to center. Now I want you to roll forward into what we call tabletop or hands and knees pose. If you have a blanket and your knees are cranky, I would suggest putting it underneath the blanket underneath your knees, but if not, no big deal. So we're going to come into hands and knees pose or tabletop. We're going to do a few cat-cows. So our hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a quick look back. If you see your feet, just bring them behind the knees. So with a flat back, we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, and exhale, round the back, kind of like a scared cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. One more time. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Come to a flat back. Bring the big toes of your feet together. Sit back on your heels as we come into our first child's pose of the morning. Your knees can be touching or wide. This is the pose of comfort. I want you to come to this pose anytime during the practice that you need to. As I always say, yoga is about taking care of your body. It's not a competition. It's not about what anybody else is doing. It's all about taking care of yourself. Now make your way back up to a seated position at the front of your mat. Take a quick break, get a drink of water, and we'll see you in our next segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. Welcome back to our next segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. This time, if you have a blanket or even if you don't, I want you to come to kneel in the center of your mat. We're going to stretch out our toes and our feet. So starting in a kneeling position, we're just going to sit back on our heels, stretching out the ligaments of the ankle and the feet, really just stretching out the feet. Not going to stay here too long. Hands can be on your knees, but try to sit up nice and tall. If you want, you can bow your chin. And very slowly come back up to a kneeling position. This time, bring your feet together. Kind of get on your tippy toes so we stretch out the toes. And again, we're just going to sit on our heels. And again, because of most people don't stretch out their toes, we're not going to stay in this pose too long. And then come up to a kneeling position. Remove the blanket, come to tabletop hands and knees pose. We'll just do some thread the needle. So we're going to inhale our right arm up to the sky, then exhale, slowly slide the right arm underneath the left. As we twist over to the left, left hand can stay on the mat, or if you want a little bit more of a twist, you can bring it to the small of the back. Maybe your face comes to the mat. This is a great pose for
first thing in the morning after sleeping all night. The muscles get all tight. It's a very good pose, just kind of unwinding the muscles of the back. Very gently bring your left hand to the mat. Then we're going to slowly unwind the right arm and then bring it up to the sky. Then gently place it down. And then we'll do the other side. Inhale the left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, slide in underneath the right. As we twist over to the right, maybe our face comes to the mat. Maybe your right hand stays on the mat. Or you can bring it onto the small of your back for more of a twist. Place your right hand back on the mat. We're going to slowly unwind and inhale the left arm up to the sky. Gently place it down. Bring the big toes together. Sit back on your heels, coming into child's pose. And very slowly come up to hands and knees pose or tabletop. Then come to a kneeling position. This time get your blanket if you have it. If not, no big deal. So we're going to start kneeling. We're going to do a pose called dragon. So starting on our left side, we're going to kneel on our left knee, and we're just going to bring our right foot out to the front of the mat. So we're in a nice lunge. And then we're just going to put our hands on top of our right thigh. We're just going to lean forward. Feel a nice stretch in the left groin area. And there's a lot of variations to it. This is just the basic one we're going to stick with today. The more you lean forward, the more of a stretch you get. And then slowly come back up. And then we'll just switch sides. So we'll come to kneel on our right knee. And then bring our left foot to the front of the mat so we have a nice lunge in our left knee, making sure our knee doesn't go over our toes. And again, you just put your forearm or hands right on top of your left thigh. And again, you're just leaning forward, stretching out the groin area here. And then slowly come back up. Come back up to a kneeling position. And then just remove the blanket. Roll forward in the tabletop, hands and knees pose. Bring your knees back a couple inches. Lift your hips, uncurl the toes for our first down dog of the morning. Maybe bicycle the feet up and down. Arms are strong. Hands are really pressed into the mat. Head drops. the end of your next exhale, look between the hands. Walk, step both feet to the front of the mat. And put a big bend in your knees. Let the head drop, the arms hang. We grab opposing elbows. And then release and very slowly, gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, bringing the arms up to the sky. Exhale, palms together. This is the end of our next segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. Take a break, get a quick drink of water, and we'll come back for our finishing poses. And welcome back to our final segment of Rise and Shine Yoga, our closing poses. First one we're going to do is Dandasana, or staff pose. So have your legs extended out in front of you, your toes pointed back, your hands right by your hips. Sitting up nice and tall. Close the eyes, have the gaze level. And just everything's engaged here. Core is engaged, legs are engaged. And then come back up. Keeping your left leg straight, I want you to bend the right knee. Bring your right hand behind your right hip. And then we're going to inhale our left arm up to the sky. Then we're going to twist to our right. And then we're going to take our left hand and bring our right knee into our chest as we twist gently over to the right, maybe looking over our right shoulder, sitting up nice and tall. Our right hand, we're on our fingertips. Your left leg is straight. Your toes are pointed to the sky or pulled back to you. And come back to center. Do a little counter twist over to the left. Then come back to center and extend your right leg. Now we're going to inhale, bring our left knee up, bring our left hand behind our left hip. We're going to inhale the left arm up to the sky, and then we're going to twist to the left. And then we're going to take our right hand and bring our left knee into the chest as we twist gently over to the left, maybe looking over the left shoulder. Again, sitting up nice and tall. Your right leg is straight, toes pointed, foot pointed up to the sky. Then gently come back to center. Counter twist over to the right. And back to center. And extend your left leg straight. This time bring the soles of your feet together. Bring them as close to your body as you can. Take your hands, bring them around the feet, and kind of try to open the feet like a book, sitting up nice and tall. And there's two parts to this bound angle pose.
So the first one, we're going to take a nice inhale. And then as we exhale, we're just bowing our chin to chest, closing our eyes. And then gently bring your head back up, keeping everything the same. We're going to inhale, then exhale, gently fold forward, keeping a flat back. If it's available to you, you can take your elbows, press them on the inside of the calves for more of a stretch in the groin area. Making sure you have good breath, no shallow breath. And very slowly come back up. Extend your legs straight in front of you and come to make your way to lying your back. Extend the legs straight, keeping your left knee or left leg straight. Bend your right knee and hug it into the chest. And then gently release your right leg straight onto the mat. Now bend the left knee, bring that into the chest. Then bring both knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Rock side to side. Bring your arms out to a T. And let the knees drop gently over to the right. And if it's available, maybe take the gaze over the left shoulder. The higher you bring your knees up toward the waist or your chest, the more of a twist you get. So that's totally up to you. Then bring the knees back to center, gaze back to center. Let the knees drop to the left. Maybe take your gaze over your right shoulder. Then gently come back to center. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Maybe rock side to side. And then make your way up to a seated position at the front of the mat. Your legs can be straight or crossed. Close your eyes. Bow your chin to chest and bring your palms to the center of your heart. I want to thank you so much for letting me lead you in another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga. The light in me bows, shines, reflects the loving energy that comes from your heart. And we end with Namaste.
You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the village of Leonard.
At Oakland County Parks and Recreation, we value what you value: family relationships, community connections, good health, environmental stewardship, and economic stability. Oakland County residents and businesses have invested in preserving nearly 7,000 acres of parkland. Since 1966, 13 parks and golf courses have been acquired, maintained, and improved. Oakland County parks and facilities are made possible by millage funds supported by Oakland County residents. For a home valued at $200,000, the homeowner pays less than $25 per year to support the Oakland County parks. With every generation, families create lifelong memories at Oakland County's award-winning parks. From exciting summer escapades and stories around the campfire to brisk fall walks on wooded trails and snowy winter outings, the outdoors beckons year-round. It's time to get up, get out, and get going at the Oakland County parks. Active recreation options abound. Cross-country ski or mountain bike on tree-lined trails. Scale the rock climbing wall. Get your kicks with soccer at several sports fields. Row or paddle a boat on 4 picturesque inland lakes. It's an easy journey. Most parks are just a short drive away. A quick tip: all our parks and golf courses end in Oaks. To find your favorite, just go to destinationoakland.com. Click to pick Oceans of Motion water parks at Red Oaks and Waterford Oaks, the Wint Nature Center at Independence Oaks, Teen Adventures, and even entertainment to go. When outdoor adventures on your list, there's fishing, beaches, boating, playgrounds, and seasonal hunting. The campgrounds at Addison Oaks and Groveland Oaks feel like being up north with plenty of recreation options. Want to get fit? Hit the trails. Oakland County Parks boasts more than 68 miles for strolling, walking, hiking and running, biking, or horseback riding. If the links are your lure, 5 golf courses, including Premier Course Lion Oaks, are conveniently located. Make Glen Oaks or White Lake Oaks your home course. Get an up-north feel at Springfield Oaks, or play a quick 9 at Red Oaks. Our recreation lineup rocks. Learn to swim. Experience an outdoor adventures camp. Take the fast track at BMX, or gain new lifelong skills. Everyone's included. Individuals with disabilities participate in dozens of adaptive opportunities, including a new fully accessible playscape, modified golf carts, and annual events. There's always something special going on at Oakland County Parks, whether it's a classic car show, the Oakland County Fair, a senior golf tournament, or the Ellis Barn Festival. Being green is an everyday practice with nature interpretive programs, wildlife habitat protection, reduction of invasive species, and stormwater management.
You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the Village of Leonard.